Poco F4 GT Review. The Poco F4 GT strives to supply fantastic results with its Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processing system, quick 120W charging, and sharp 120Hz AMOLED screen, and it generally achieves its goal as an apex flagship for gamers. Gaming phones often come with flashy designs that shout, which doesn't sound like the most comfortable option even for gamers enthused about Call of Duty Mobile, and who aren't too lured by the Poco F4 GT. Poco has departed from its traditional, bold design, standing out as a phone that is practical for different daily activities while still evoking its gaming potential. It comes in 3 colors: Stealth Black, Night Silver, and Cyber Yellow. The last 2 slides look as if they've been copied directly from a Cyberpunk 2077 advertising material, but the other couple, which is slicker in look, have been pulled directly from there. The card's black cover with its light-soaked laminate lines added a striking appearance to its futuristic gamified appeal. Its hourglass-shaped camera bump held 3 cameras containing 3 lenses. The Poco F4 GT is equipped with a fingerprint sensor that's built into the characterizations of the power on-off button. It's ideally placed on the opposite side for an uncomplicated input for a fingerprint. Along with the power switch, the magnetic switches and buttons on each side unlock the controllers while playing games. The triggers have a satisfying feel to them, located as they are on the sides away from the front of the phone. Other than that, the F4 GT has a very little hole in the display with the use of a hold-punch camera. As the dimensions of the machine are 6.3 by 3.3 by 0.33 inches and weigh 7.4 ounces. Poco F4 GT's 6.67-inch FHD AMOLED dot display with a 120Hz refresh rate is the best. The Poco F4 GT is a good device for fans of gaming and music alike. On the F4 GT, however, this could have been handled simply by a music jack. There is no headphone jack, which means you'll have to either upgrade to wireless headphones or wireless earbuds or else play the music you hear and see out loud. The headphone jacks should not be dead and should include one, preferably. Even the Poco F4 GT, which has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 CPU, a Qualcomm Adreno GPU, and 12GB of DDR4 RAM and 256GB for storage, is considered among the most compelling flagship Android devices. In terms of the overall score, the Poco F4 GT came in second place for the 3D Mark Wildlife test, and the F4 GT did not perform as well, annoying for a smartphone used for playing games. F4 GT's performance is excellent at mid-range, especially where it concerns the GPU. It would be much better if the test score in 3D Mark had higher refresh rates, but gaming on this telephone is still a surprise. 120-watt chargers are plugged in, and they're not just reserved for flagship smartphones such as the Xiaomi 12 Pro either. It's especially needed for the Poco F4 GT though, since its 4700 mAh battery capacity is not the largest on the market. For a phone that is tuned for gaming, battery life counts, and the F4 GT's battery doesn't hold for long when you play Call of Duty Mobile or Diablo Immortal on it. The longer the battery, the faster its recharging speed. One noteworthy thing to do is use the USB-C cable, which is included with its 120W brick, to plug into the phone. A useful feature that is useful to gamers. The Poco F4 GT features a 64-megapixel Sony IMX686 OIS wide with an f1.73 aperture, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide with f2.2, and a 2-megapixel macro with an f2.4 aperture. For video, shoot in 4K at 60 frames per second, which is a welcome feature for a mid-range smartphone. The recording came out clear and smooth, even at 1080p at 60 frames per second. The camera's 20-megapixel f2.4 aperture offers vivid imagery. The Poco F4 GT does not have high marks for smoothness, running MIUI 13 on Android OS 12. For 22MP selfies, the camera's f2.4 aperture is nothing short of impressive. Additionally, there's fast 5G connectivity. The Xiaomi Poco F4 GT's MIUI 13 promises to be up to Android 12 standards, which shows that Xiaomi has been keeping unchanged its Android operating system. However, Xiaomi doesn't explicitly mention the number of updates each smartphone series receives.